Hi, so this is my review of yieldnodes. After doing a bit of research, I'm looking for some sort of application or investment that will give me a decent return without having to plow too much money in. I came across yieldnodes. So I was looking at cryptocurrencies, various other bits and pieces. I have been scammed before for a smallish amount of money, hundreds, not thousands of pounds at the time. So I just wanted to look around and see what was out there. One that looked like it was real, and one that I could take a bit of a gamble on to see what was out there and profitable without worrying about it too much. So I came across yieldnodes through various searches and what have you, and on the website there's a few videos around this. So basically, take a look at this website yourself. It's yieldnodes.com. If you go and have a look at the about page, and you'll see what's going on there and the profit that they're making, exactly what master noding is, and the core team, which is impressive that they've got videos with people with regards to this and how they come about and what they're doing. LinkedIn profiles that they're real people. I've even had a look at Eurus's LinkedIn and gone through pages that he's published and commented on. So it all seems really above board. Looks like it was started as a project for a group of friends to try and make some money, and they've turned it into this kind of investment platform. So on the back of all of that and videos that I've looked at and a bit of due diligence that I've done, this feels real. Absolutely not governed by any financial institution. So your money is definitely at risk by doing this. But the way that they provide the profits is obviously by putting the money in, and then that's tied in for 6 months. But you then get a profit each month, and you can either take that profit out or reinvest it, which gives you the compounding effect, which is the one thing that I've been looking for. As you know, you go to a bank now and you're lucky to get 1% growth year on year. You go into an investment, you'd be lucky to get 4 to 5, maybe 10% growth year on year. With yieldnodes at the moment, their growth is that monthly and some. So that's what I've decided to do, and that's what I've done. So I signed up and I logged in, and then you add in your funds. So here you can see by looking at the members page. The members page is really nicely laid out. It's very self-explanatory, and basically what you do is you deposit in Bitcoin. You can deposit in cards, but obviously there's a fee for that from the process, not by yieldnodes, but obviously by the people providing that transaction. So as you can see, over the last month, I suppose, few weeks, I deposited 954 euros. That goes into a hold for 7 days and then becomes a node. So there's like a 7-day grace period before they dump it into the master noding to set that up. So that's been active for that period of time. I then decided to add some more. I then received the compound effect, which was the interest. The profit. So I received 128 euros on the 1st of November, which is excellent. Pop that back in, and then I've put in another deposit of 2957 on the 3rd of November, which has gone live today, which is the 11th of November. So I now have a master node with a value of 5,528.66. So not an insignificant amount of money, a bit of savings, but obviously nowhere near what people have put into this. I'm trying to keep my risk low and just let the compounding do its thing. Now, just to note, obviously every time you put money in, that's tied up for a 6-month period. So you can see here the release dates for these are the end of April, beginning of May. So the earliest I can take out any of this money is that period. If you earn profit and you decide to withdraw that at the end of the month, you can do that. So if, for example, at the end of November, the yieldnodes provides a 10% profit, I should see, in theory, if the 5,500 was from the beginning of the month, then I'd see a profit of 550 euros, which I can then withdraw. Now that withdrawal will go into Bitcoin, and then I can pull it out of Bitcoin into my account. So that's the way that it works. So just bear in mind that every time you compound, or you put the interest back into the yield node system, that's then tied up for another 6 months. So this is a minimum of 6 month really period. If you've got a large amount to invest, let's just say, for example, you invested €100,000 and you made 10% on that. Obviously, you get 10 grand in that first month back out. You can then withdraw that out and basically just use the profits of the 10 grand, which is great. So that's one way of doing it. The other way I'm doing it is compounding. So the dashboard tells us how much is in the master node, how much I've withdrawn, and what the total ROI, so the return on the investment, has been to date. And that is in obviously Bitcoin. And then here we can see the estimated weekly profit. So for the first week of November, the profit was 2.2%. And we'll see over the coming weeks what those week 2, week 3, and week 4 profit will be. As I say, last month it was a total of 13.5%. I think the month before it was 12.5%. And even in the COVID crisis times, I think they still managed to get above 5% every month that they've done. So some really good numbers. The reporting, as I showed you previously, just gives us a timeline of what's going on, and then where those points are with regards to the amounts that have been invested, and then the deposits that I've mentioned before show here. If I wanted to make a withdrawal, it would be here. There is timings on the withdrawal, so it tells you here that you need to proceed before the 8th to get it in the window that they wanted to get. And then here we can see there's the compounding effect. So I could reduce if I wanted to all the way down to 0 so that I can withdraw all the time. But at the moment, I'm just saying, just keep popping in the profits back into the system so that we can maximize the compounding. There is an affiliate program, which obviously, if people wanted to use the link on the website, it would take them through there, and I'd get a small amount on there. I'm not too concerned about that. I think that everyone is. If you get on board of this, and hopefully this will run, everyone will be at a good place and earn some decent money anyway. So that's the way that I'm looking to invest. I'm just going to leave this 5,500 in there. I've done the math. If I in 6 months' time, that should be worth, in theory, around about €10,000. And then obviously you can start adding on to that. What I will do is another video around compounding, just in case you haven't come across it before, because I think it's a massive way of earning really good money over a quick period of time if you just let it compound month on month. Yieldnodes is the only platform and investment that I've seen out there that has such significant growth potential without having to do daily trades and what have you in stocks and shares and crypto and various other bits and pieces, where you can just put your money in and let it run. So good luck. I hope that it goes well for you. Hopefully this isn't too risky, and that we get the money back. I'll keep you updated on a monthly basis with a little clip as to where we are. So as for now, October gave me a 13.5% profit. We're running in November. We're hoping for anything around about 10 would be great, which would give me a profit of around about €500, which would be amazing. So we'll keep an eye on it and see where we go from there. Thanks a lot.